How's it going, guys? My name is Matt Counts, and I am here with Jason Leonard, son of the infamous Jeff Leonard. How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. How's it been with you, Matt?
You know what? Can't complain. We're stuck in quarantine, but we still get to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and some of us do a lot better than others. So, talk to me about what you did yesterday.
Well, yesterday was a big day for Yu-Gi-Oh for me. I got top 8 at the PPG Invitational and then second place in MBT's Yu-Gi-Oh Quarantine Series
So, top
with
eight wasn't good enough.
relatively the same deck.
Top eight wasn't good enough for you. You had to go and shoot for second after
Had to
that.
had to shoot for second,
And
never first.
you were undefeated in MBT's tournament, going up into the finals, right?
I was. I didn't
Wow.
even drop a game in Swiss with this list. I
Wow.
went 12-0 in games.
That's insane. And so it just shows the consistency of this deck, which I think is really, really key in this because you've been playing Eldlich since it first came out, right?
Yeah, I've gone from pure to invoked to now this degenerate combo.
I was going to say, I saw some of the end boards, and I'm seeing an interesting looking Xyz monster down there in the extra deck, which we'll get to.
Yeah,
But
I kind of think that that's the best card in the game, but we'll touch on him later.
it's almost like every deck in the format right now can make this. But yeah, let's
Oh
get straight
yeah.
into the profile, starting at the top.
All right, so we got, of course, the Golden Boy himself, 3 Eldlich, the Golden Lord. Uh, Cam Neal and Dennis Nadas, they both played 2 in their PPG list, and I can see why. I mean, if I cut it to 2, it would make my list a clean 40 cards, but he's got his uses, especially going second. Like the effect to target and send is so strong, and you can build your boards from that point. I like that part about him a lot. And
Yeah,
then, of course, Magician Souls, the Apprentice. Even just drawing Apprentice is decent because Apprentice and any tuner is full combo. Any way to Needle Fiber in this deck is full combo, as long as you're not having to use the O-Lion token.
hmm
And then, of course, 3 of arguably the best starter in the game deserves to be banned, Jet Synchron.
This card is so good. It enables so many plays. It gets cards out of your hand. It helps to make needle fiber. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Yeah, like you said, gets the card out of your hand, so that can kickstart your entire Eldritch engine by itself. You get rid of your Conquistador, your Hakero, and then you're rolling at that point.
hmm
Even if you get hand trapped, you can just do your standard pure Eldritch plays from way back in the day, and that was even good enough to beat people.
hmm
So imagine if your combo actually goes off. But anyway,
What's
2-0
uh
Lion.
what's your typical end board if you can open Jet and resolve some of your Eldritch stuff?
Okay, so the typical end board, it depends on what I'm looking at, because in my extra deck I play 2 combos per se. That's why I have the 2 Needle Fiber and the 2 Auroradon. But we'll touch on all that later. The typical end board is you draw 2 cards, have True King of all Calamities, and then any of your Eldritch stuff you set up is set in your back row.
That's pretty good.
And True King of all Calamities can skip your opponent's turn twice, or skip their turn on their turn, and then cancel all of their possible interaction on your turn if you want to just kill them. Or you can sit on it. True King of all Calamities is surprisingly flexible.
Sounds
But
like that
anyway,
card needs to get banned. But
oh, for sure, for sure. So back to the main monsters. O-Lion, you play 2 of it because drawing 1 is okay. I mean, it's not optimal, but
mhm,
you want to be able to summon one from deck off of Auroradon is the main reason you play 2. And then,
makes
of
sense.
course, Deskbot 001. He does so much work with Auroradon. You get him off of Needle Fiber once, and then by the time you go into your second Auroradon, he's ready to come back. Because he's not once per turn, but that never comes up. But it's not like he's a once per duel effect. So
I
it's really strong to just get him coming back. And if you have just Auroradon summoning the 3 tokens, he's actually like 2500 attack, which is crazy.
Has that
But
ever
anyway,
come up at all in any of the games that you played?
sometimes you could swing for the 25 and then the Auroradon, and with Eldlich, You're getting pretty close to game.
Interesting. So I mean, there's just a million
So
tech
it can
choices
come
in
up.
this.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of uses. There's a lot of uses.
Awesome.
And now hand trap lineup. This hand trap lineup is a lot smaller than other combo Eldritch hand trap lineups because I opt to play the Lightsworn engine. I think I'm the last person doing that. I don't know if I'm stupid or smart for that, but I really like Raiden
I mean, a
just
top eight
because.
and a top two say in and
Oh
of
yeah,
itself that it does still perform really well.
oh yeah. If you don't see Jet, Raiden is the next best card because Souls. I'd rather see Souls Raiden than Jet Synchron, to be honest. Just because of how much value you can get off of Raiden.
Hmm.
Because if you open Souls Charge, and even if you get Nibiru'd, you're likely sitting on a ton of Eldritch resources, in addition to maybe a hand trap or two. So it's like whatever. You don't feel like you've lost the game because they Nibiru your combo.
Hmm. And so, is the reason why you're playing Valor over Imperm purely because it's a tuner to help make needle fiber in a pinch?
Correct. That
Okay.
is the exact reason. It was originally Imperm, but I opened Soul's Imperm and no other way to combo. I said, well, time to swap back to Valor.
I mean, it
I
makes
could
sense.
normal Valor here in full combo.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. So, talk to me about the Lightsworn package. So we've got 2 Raiden and 3 Charge of the Light Brigade.
Yeah, charge, the best part, charge mills for cost. So even if they decide to stop it, which some people have, they think Raiden is so strong that they have to prevent him from coming out. But it doesn't even matter because if I hit one Eldritch card, I feel like charge has gotten me everything I needed. So even if I open Jet Synchron and charge, I don't feel too bad because I've gotten the 3 mills and then Jet Synchron will get me into my full combo,
Hmm.
which is very strong. I played 2 tuning. I mean, Jet Synchron is ridiculously strong, but I almost played 3, but 40. I wouldn't bump this to 42 cards under any circumstance.
Hmm.
I feel
But
like playing the Raidens and the Souls, you don't really need that many starters, considering this deck plays more starters than most.
hmm.
So I feel like the 2 tuning was fine. Now on to the Eldritch cards. Let's not forget that this is an Eldritch deck. Uh, one Black Awakening and one White Destiny. Black Awakening, I guess, is the worst card in the deck because if you play it, you can't combo anymore. But if you open like Jet Synchron, Black Awakening, and any way to get your Eldritch on board by the end of the turn, you're feeling great because now you have True King of all Calamities and the counter trap available, Golden Land Forever. And then I don't know how they're beating you when you've turned off all of their monster effects and attacking and have a way to negate absolutely anything. That's what I found was the best thing that this deck could do. You just shut your opponent completely out of the game from turn one. It's
and
like a pseudo FTK.
yeah, I was gonna say you just OTK them the next turn.
Yeah, I never lost any game where True King of all Calamities hit the board. Let's just say that.
You never it never got impermed, or I guess when it did, you always had the Golden Land Forever ready to go.
Yup. Or you can just make sure to not use it until they have something on the board. But you've got to be worried about Dark Ruler no more.
Definitely.
That's the thing. Some people will put that in, but it gets worse. Dark Ruler gets worse and worse depending on which version of Eldritch you're going up against. MBT puts it the best. You can put in a bunch of cards to stop the combo, but if I accidentally just draw into the pure only version of my deck, all of the cards you put in for me just aren't gonna work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the best, honestly, the other best card in the deck is Curse Eldland. Uh, it's honestly the heart and soul of Eldritch. You just pay 8, you feel great, you get any card you want.
Hey, feel great. I like that.
Well, except for the Eldlixirs, but you
Hmm.
don't need those.
No.
Okay, trap cards. This is a trap deck, by the way. The Scarlet Sanguine. I love Scarlet Sanguine. This is my favorite card of the deck.
So are
Just
you
gets you Eldritch access
are
immediately.
are you one of the quote unquote bad players that MBT says who chains their conquistadors or Hawkweros, and then chains their Scarlet, or do you let that resolve first?
I normally let Scarlet resolve first, unless I'm afraid of something like Super Poly, because I played an opponent in top 16 of the Crush Card Cup. I knew he was playing Super Poly, and if I had Eldritch on the board before Conquistador resolved, and then I activate Conquistador and he would chain Super Poly, well, I lose my Conquistador. So you have to, in that scenario, flip Conquistador and then flip Sanguine to ensure that Conquistador will resolve, pop their Unizombie, for example, and then you can't get Super Polyed in that interaction.
That makes
So in
sense.
that niche scenario, it works to do it that way.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I would not, because you
Gotcha.
don't want to lose the value of the Golden Land.
No, 100%. I mean, those are those are your best cards. Those are your
Yeah,
interactions that you
speaking
have on
of
your
them,
opponent's turn.
Conquistador, non-target pop of a face-up card, and then Hakero, non-target DD Crow. Absolutely busted. Both of these cards are just way too good.
Hmm. And the fact that they, can cycle into
Oh, the
Eldlichers,
cycling, the
which gets through
recursion of
more.
this
Yeah.
deck is absolutely insane. Back when I was playing just pure, I didn't really think I was that great of a control player, but the recursion is kind of handholdy in the way that you can't really mess it up if you just start to do the basics correctly. You get into the pattern of, okay, this gets me this, and then during the next turn it'll get me this, and then repeat, repeat, repeat.
Hmm.
And then eventually you've just won the game.
That makes sense.
Because it's a control deck, but it never felt, well, when it was a control deck, it never felt like the games took too long.
I was gonna say this half of the deck is control, the other half a little less
Yes,
so.
combo, combo, combo.
And then do Eldritch stuff at the end. That's awesome. So just
Uh,
one golden land forever.
yeah, you don't need more than that. Sometimes I have milled it off of Charge of the Light Brigade, and that feels kind of bad. But the card is a brick. It's the only golden land slash Eldlixir that doesn't recur anything.
Hmm.
You just use it and it's done. So you only want to play the one copy. If you could banish it to search or to set an Eldlixir, then it would definitely be played at 2,
100%.
maybe even 3, if it could do that for you. But they had to balance something in this deck, so that was it.
Awesome, man.
So that's the main. 41 cards because 41 is the number of a champion.
Love it.
The champion's just not me this time, but you know.
I mean, with the amount of tops that you've been getting, I'm sure it's on its way.
Oh yeah, it's definitely on its way. Ban list pending, of course.
And before Jet and Synchro.
They're gonna have to ban a lot of cards. I could see them hitting Jet, O Lion. I've heard people even saying the desk bot is gonna get it.
Yeah, the Despot engine by itself, 03, what is it starting off? I mean, that's full
Oh,
combo with one card.
yeah. And that's what I noticed that, like I said, Cam Neal and Dennis Nas, who got like top 4 and winner respectively, uh, they played that engine as their starter, and they cut Souls. So that's something I've kind of looked into, but I just like the value that Souls generates.
Hmm.
But their combo is vastly different from the True King of All Calamities combo.
It just shows the flexibility of this deck and how no one singular build is correct. It really does depend on how you play the deck.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well,
So
hey,
let's
let's
see.
uh let's quickly go through the sides. So we can get to the really fun stuff in the extra deck.
Okay, so side deck. I thought my side deck was actually good for once in my life. I've never thought that I'd side decked correctly ever, but these were just a lot of good cards, I suppose.
Hmm.
So my favorite, Gamma, and then even more favorite, Driver. Shouts to Drawing Driver in top 8 at the PPG. But Gamma, I don't even think Gamma would have saved me because I didn't open too well. But yeah, Gamma's busted. If Adamancipator tries to do something and you Gamma them and then they don't have exactly Adamancipator signs, they can be in for a bad time.
Hmm. For sure.
Then Nibiru. I can't say enough good things about Nibiru right now. Obviously, it's not the perfect card against Adamancipator, but just about any other deck that wants to summon a lot of monsters. This gets the job done. And even if you open multiple hand traps versus Adamancipator, Nibiru can get in there and get his value.
Yeah, this card won your top 8 match against
Oh yeah.
Salamangreat.
If I didn't have this, I definitely would have lost. But
Hmm.
that's why Nibiru exists. So you can't just get dunked on by Salad winning, whether it be a rock, paper, scissors, or a die roll.
Hmm.
And Lightning Storm. I put in Lightning Storm all the time and then never saw it. So, but it's a good card. You blow out their back row and then you build your board. So
And it also helps against the rogue stuff like the gurus of the world and
yeah,
things like that.
you can't be caught with your pants down against Guru control. Otherwise, they set 5. One of those is there could be only one. You out it with say my Cosmic Cyclone, and then they flip their second copy, and you're feeling kind of stupid.
I play
Uh,
guru, so I know all about that.
Another thing to mention is the lack of evenly match here. I guess I think evenly is good, but I really like having a battle phase, and there's no deck right now that I feel like evenly just totally blows out, other than back row heavy decks, which aren't too powerful right now. They're like okay, but the best decks in the game are clearly combo Eldlich and Adamancipator. Other decks are just having a hard time competing with the boards that these decks produce. So I don't know. Maybe in the future, Evenly's definitely gonna see a comeback, but right now, not so much.
Hmm.
And anyway, last card on the side, Summon Limit. This is what I played over a pointer of the Red Lotus, because you'll see a lot of other combo Eldritch players on a pointer. I really like cards that say your opponent has to stop playing, and Summon Limit is that card. Because in my top 8 feature match against Salamangreat, game 2, if it was a pointer instead, I would have definitely lost. Because he had everything. Even through a pointer. I would have looked at his hand, seen the absolute nuts, and then just lost. Like I have a card in time to just see myself die. I'd rather have Summon Limit and just say you can't play anymore, and then maybe I get enough cards to start fighting back, which is exactly what happened.
Plus, the benefit of summon limit for you is you can just send it off of Eldritch if you have enough to get your combo going and need the combo side to go
Oh
through.
yeah, and even if you've even if you summon twice, you can still use Eldritch's effect to send it to the graveyard and then summon him
Because it's an
because it's
optional
not
summon.
mandatory to summon the Eldritch.
Hmm.
Same reason why like there can be only one if you played that for some godforsaken reason.
Bad players out there. Shout out
Yeah,
to
side
everybody
deck.
playing There Can Be Only One in their Eldritch list.
Yes, I have seen invoked Eldritch players do that though.
There is opportunities for it. But yeah, let's get into this extra deck because this is the absolute spice right here.
Okay, this is a very interesting extra deck, to say the least. I played a very wide synchro package.
Hmm.
So, for starters, Formula Synchron. He's that boy. He gets me into my favorite monster in the extra deck, Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. This put in a little bit of work in MBT's tournament, but was the only reason I topped the PPG. In my round 4 match, I used it to bounce an Eldritch the Golden Lord, which turned off all of their Golden Land traps. And then in round 5, their only play was to hard summon a block dragon from the hand, and then I formula synchroned with my Conquistador to turn into this, and then just bounced the block dragon right back to the hand, and they had no more rocks. So that was it. This card is is very underrated right now, I'd say.
Hmm.
Though it's definitely starting to see play. Now for the actual spice. Those are just random cards if the combo goes wrong. Garden Rose Maiden. This card is busted. If you played Black Garden, you could get Black Garden, but it's mainly for bringing back Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon says draw one when it goes to the graveyard. I like drawing cards. I don't know
Drawing card
about
seems
you.
pretty good, yeah.
Okay, skipping over Vermilion Dragon Mech. He's just there because he's level 9. Sometimes he pops cards. But Ravenous Croco Dragon Arcathis? That is a card. You summon it, you draw a card. Because in my deck, you make it with Coral Dragon and a level 3 token. So you draw one, and then you made it with Coral Dragon, so you draw another. So that's your draw two. And then Garden Rose Maiden will banish yourself, summon back Coral Dragon. You use Coral Dragon with a level 3 token. And then, bam, you have Vermilion Dragon Mech. You overlay that with Arcathis, and you have True King of all Calamities.
So drawing cards and making a VFD. That sounds pretty good to me.
And if you somehow weren't into your Eldlich engine with your opening hand, you're probably into it with your draw two.
Yeah.
And then Borreload Savage and Herald. Uh, I call them my backup plan. I
Gosh.
ended up going to them a lot more than I thought I would. I thought this whole deck would just be True King of all Calamities Turbo, but it was mainly a Borreload Savage Herald Turbo.
Which is not a bad alternative to play by any
No,
means.
it's not awful. So let's see. Link Monsters, Link Karibo. To be honest, this could just be Relinquished Anima.
Yeah.
I was playing a Link Cross variant for the PPG, but where you have to have Link Karibo in order to do that combo, but you don't really need it for this version because it's mainly only used for like Yugioh Jet Synchron, of course, Link Karibo,
Mhm.
but you never use that second effect. And then, of course, Needle Fiber, two of it because I play two combos.
Mhm.
I guess I should just explain what two combos means. Combo one is involving Garden Rose, Coral, Vermilion Dragon Mech, Arcathis, True King of all Calamities, and combo two is Savage Herald.
Mhm. So it's there just in case the first one gets interrupted and you draw another
Correct.
Jet Synchron because that card's just too good.
Oh yeah, if
And
you
then you can
play
just turbo out
three,
another
you're
one.
gonna see two.
Yep.
And then Barricade Borg Blocker. He's alright because you can turn any two monsters into a machine. And then if you have, say, Jet Synchron, that's just Auroradon by itself. You didn't even need to go into the second Needle Fiber. Or if you had to use your second Needle Fiber already, it's just another way to get into the combo.
That makes sense. Well,
And
awesome,
it can
man.
discard you a card.
Yeah,
So,
no, exactly. If you've got any of the traps or spells in your hand, then that's just more advantage for you in the long run.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, man, this list is absolutely insane. We can't wait to see what you're going to keep doing with this. I'm sure there's already some additional spice and text in the works for making this list even better, but
Oh yeah, I'm working on some things, but I really like where this list is sitting
mhm,
currently.
awesome, man. Well, we can't wait to see what you continue to do. Hopefully, that first place is just around the corner, but until
Yup.
then, keep at it. It'll come. I'm sure Papa Jeff is feeling pretty proud right now.
Oh yeah. He just wishes that Eldlich was out of the format so Mystic Mine could actually do something right now.
R.I.P. Jeff. Yeah, you're just killing your dad over here, man. Come on.
Yup.
Well, awesome, man. We definitely appreciate the profile, and like I said, can't wait to see what you keep on doing from here. And yeah, we'll see you guys again
Yep.
soon. Of
Thanks for having me, Matt.
course, man.
Peace
All
out,
right,
everybody.
take it easy.